now they working my nerves. I'm about to pause to serve. Smack from the back of a perm. Ice, the bird. You know all you little turds. Can't take that waste your turn. In my own lane we can't merge. With no head you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm? And I ain't smoking no shern. I'm a nigga P-Litty, QP street. I love my is pretty, they showing they is up to the ceiling. I let her run through a million, I rock with her really, let's on a billion. I'ma get down to the gritty, then fuck up the city, the home of the villains. Ecstasy, wonderful feeling. Smoke out the pound when I'm chillin'. Trappin', I made me a look, I got everybody wishing. I hope you play your position. I don't want nobody listening. I see the precision.
Yeah, well, we're back here again. This is Jay, Claude, also known as Jay Service Boss Garage. This is my garage here, and we're back here at FC Media. After 2.5 years, we're on a different setting today. Stay tuned for more. Okay, so my passion from drag racing, originally, I'll be honest, I was saying that the project would have been something drift-wise. But I also had a kind of conflict in the sense of, after building the car and putting in what I put in, being a precision-built engine, you know, it was like, for me, the drag racing, to explore that field with the engine and power that I have, drifting, you only need so much. But drag racing, you have to go all out. And putting what I put into the engine and the work and the precision built, that kind of inspired me to try to take some foot into the drag racing in the sense of getting out there in a professional sport. The influence, I would say, that got me into the drag racing, not just the passion, but I had a good friend, Otto, right? So he was helping me with the car at a point in time, but he's a good drag racer, he's a big drag racer, everybody know who he is. He's a 10 seconds, he had a C33 street and track car, right? So while kind of being around him and in the environment that he's in, I started to look at the drag racing as a prospect, you know, and I started to venture further and further with him, going shows with him, and I started to fall in love with it. I started to see the hype, the adrenaline, you know, the cheering, the excitement. So that sort of turned my whole project around into a drag racing vehicle, right? So my vehicle is not just for strictly track, it's a street and strip car. So that is a flex by itself, right? And that is what I wanted in turn from the drifting at this point in time. Okay, so my first official event was in December. There was a December Christmas call out and also a more Mafia drags. Those were the two last events, and also as well in 2024. In 2025, I only competed in competition drags that happened in January. I plan to compete in April, another competition drags, and also probably a street call out. Well, the biggest influence I would say is my brethren, again, Pole, for bringing me out, showing me the ropes, showing me the little things, the little tricks, the little ins and outs of the drag racing fraternity and the culture inside there. So I would say that was my biggest influence so far. Big up to him once again. The hardest part of the build, just the time management and also procuring certain parts. A lot of these parts are international parts, they come from pretty far. So the wait time and, you know, the downtime that you'll have to wait for certain parts to come in. As well as just seeing how everything was done in my garage, I had to call on to certain specialists. And just getting the right team of people to do the build is like, that was pretty challenging because I'm very particular what I wanted in my vehicle, and there are very few people who are very limited access to in Trinidad that will do the specialist jobs that I would want on the vehicle. So procuring parts, time management, and also, well, getting the right people for the right job. Well, estimated cost, I always make this joke, is I better than buy a piece of land. But right now, I think I'm going up in close to the north of 300,000 from start to finish. Well, I had to roll out a long sheet so, but everything, as I said, is custom ordered, custom made to my preference and to what I wanted to do the build. This isn't a head-on block with studs and gasket. This engine has been stripped right down to the bare block, machined from my specifications, crankwork, bearings, you name it. So if I could start from the bottom end is a fully built bottom end, right? Basically, it's only Tommy parts in the car, in the bottom end, sorry, Tommy rods, CP pistons, they coated, I have special bearings. I have a special oiling system that is a trade secret. I wouldn't really give much details of that. The pump is a billet pump. Let's see the headwork. The headwork was done by Garage 25-ish. There are big cams in there, 262 cams. He did all the clearancing and all the valve work for me. Externally, there's a PSR GT35 76 here in the car. That's the turbocharger. That's rated for like about 7-something horsepower. The fuel system is E85 flex fuel and also pump gas. So apart from the fuel system, there's a lot of components upward support at least 1,000 horsepower. We have nitrous oxide injection that is controlled by the management. That is the crazy map, that is the wild map, the killer map, I would say. Right? So there's different maps in the car for different driving experiences that I would want. So I don't always be on full power. I have pump gas, map 1, map 2, map 3, all of them are controlled with boost pressure and fuel, right? And the nitrous is kill mode, right? Yeah, so as you could see, if you could see from here, AEM coil blasters, a lot of people are impressed by, the setup of that. I have mostly Tommy baffle, Tommy cams. Basically, as much as I could fit in with Tommy, there's a lot of parts from New Zealand from Franklin Performance, and there's a trigger kit from PRP. Yeah, gates, timing belt, all the basic stuff to support around 700-800 go up the road horsepower. Right, so the block and head is really made for 1,000 plus, but the externals right now only keeping me at 700. So I working my way up from there. One thing I love about the Cifero, not just the attention, but the blood, sweat, and tears that I put into this build. As I said, this car was assembled by me from bare shell. It feels very good to know that I did this. I'm also the driver of this vehicle, and that's something that not many can accomplish. That's to be the mechanic and the driver of your vehicle, that you know every single intricacy, every bolt, every nut that you custom, put in, ordered, got. That is the most, how I could say, for me, best part about it. Well, right now it's just, I wouldn't say I really hate anything right now. It's just that it have some paint spots in the car. As I said before, like I have a little CD. So I've seen some paint spots in the car that I need to fix. Hopefully I'll do that with a straightener or a painter. And that's about it. I really enjoy everything about the car other than that. Alright, so one of the biggest things on track day is preparation. And through the 3 events that I competed in, I try to stay on point with the preparation, because sometimes things go wrong and you don't have the time to fix it last minute. But some of the issues would be like just getting dependability of people around me, right? Those are some big issues also as well. I try to stay, how I could say, positive and proactive in the preparation, that I don't have to wait for the night before or the day before the car is ready, probably a day or 2 days before, and everything is settling. So sometimes it's just getting the right people to do to be there to support you accordingly, because this is not just a one-man sport. I can't be driver, mechanic, and pit crew. You will need people, and reliable people too. It's very hard to get, but so far, yeah, I have a good team on my side, and I have the supporters there. Okay, so there's 2 people. One, there's the Hira squad on them. I think, well, she's a female driver. She's Trisha Hira. All the time they always want me to run them, because they think as a new one thing, I wouldn't give her a run for money, but I did. So I would like to run her all the time again, because it's fun. It's like how I could say, it's nothing grudge. It's like a friendly grudge. And also Lita Lotto, whenever I decide to bring out probably a Cifero, I see right now you're running an Evo, but yeah. Also Sean Dionarine, he's a 10-second, high 9-second driver. I would like to run at him to know that, I'm getting that sort of exposure and experience with him. As well as my brethren, Pole, I know, even though we're friends, when we go on the track, it's all business. Well, so far, the meetings that I attended with Titasa, I am a rookie to them. I'm a newcomer. So I actually told them that what they are doing so far with the support of the drivers and what I have seen so far with their culture, I believe they're on the right track. There's nothing much more I could add. I could just compliment them on what they're doing. Elegant and also Roger. They are the president and vice president. As I say, from me being a newcomer, I could definitely say the sport is in the right hands with these officials. Sponsorship comes with, I would say, comes with the exposure time as a driver, and the more competitions that they do and the more that they push, in the sense of drivers competing, the sponsors have to come around, because right me now with me with sponsorship, if I don't have my sponsors, I can't perform at 100%. So I believe sponsors getting more on board is basically trying to explain to them that the drag racing is strictly for track, and hope they keep it on a professional level. If I had to do it again, I'll do it all over. That's all I have to say. I'll do it again and again and again. I wouldn't say it's waste of money, but yeah, with the thrill and the excitement and the happiness that I get from doing what I do, money can't buy that. Money can't replace that. It's priceless. I believe, just like me, the newcomers have to come and really see the culture for themselves of the drag racing. A lot of the big names I remember when I came in, like the Sheldon Bissessas and stuff, they actually were very welcoming. And they in a different kind of category. They're in unlimited, so basically they're on 6 to 7 seconds bracket. And for somebody who coming in at my time and my exposure, they're very, how I could say, welcoming. It has to be, they have to make up their mind, because if I would look back at 2.5, 3 years ago, I would never expect that I'd be here today competing professionally in our championship drags, right? At my caliber and my entry level. So I believe the newcomers really have to get out there, see for themselves what it's about, understand the safeties, the dangers, the risks that you're taking, and also understand that it's a sport that you have to commit to, like anything in life. So I believe they really have to make up their mind to really understand the intricate parts of drag racing, because to me is a lot more than what meets the eye. All right, plans for 2025 going forward. I have some more drag racing is a thing, you're always going for the lower times. And with lower times becomes more parts, more money. For me, the competition is getting my feet wet a little more. Doing more races, getting more exposure. The car hasn't reached its full potential as yet right now on a very low setting map, to just feel out the car on the track, to really understand the track. It's not about the most power, the driver is the car, right? The car is nothing without the driver. So later on this year, I would like to compete in more championship races, also probably the street call-out drags on the track, and get some seat time in, get some reaction times better. Also, just keep upgrading as a driver. Okay, so the best time so far is a 12 second, 12.09 flat. As I said, that was a very low boost map setting. The car has more potential to go, but as for me, the reaction time was, I think, 0.1 something. If I recall, I guess you're a little post up. And yeah, the top speed was 123 miles per hour. And there's so much more room to go. I can't wait to explore the further power of this vehicle. Yeah, I don't back down from my challenge. I believe I could compete outside. For now, it's just me. I'm just basically being very cautious. But if I get into that kind of setting, as I say, your mind have to be like a tunnel vision when you're racing. If I could just tune in that a little more, I believe I could have the skill set to compete, even in the regional championships and stuff. All right, well, if I do really have loyal fans out there and people who know the car and know me, I always say that whatever you put your mind to, you will accomplish. And attitude is everything. You could be a good driver and your attitude poor, you won't really reach far. You could be a good mechanic and all, and your attitude poor, you might reach a build like what you'd want to be, because you have to really put in the work, you have to put in the sacrifice. And I hope that I could inspire fans and newcomers alike that I am a driver and the mechanic for this car, and I wasn't like this a couple years ago. I was self-taught, and I got a lot of guidance from certain entities and certain individuals. A lot of YouTube, as I always say, a YouTube mechanic. Knowledge is power. Go online, do your research, get your facts, and you could put something into drive, and maybe you could have something this or even better, you know? Most memorable moment. So I might have to pause this, I had to think about this. There's a couple, but the most memorable times for me is when I actually made the horsepower on the dyno. that it felt like a very huge accomplishment to know that I assembled that engine myself, right? Also, well, obviously with guidance from other people, but it was done right here. And to make those kind of figures and for the car to be constantly going from show to show efficiently and consistently, it says something, you know. So that, and also the car is a big head turner when it goes out. I just basically, everything about this car is basically, you know, that's what it is, you know. Well, you had to close your ears when this car passing, because when limits are ringing off at the front. So the shots in the earlies, to me it wasn't really interesting, because I was more about the performance of the engine. I said in previous post interviews and stuff that for me, shots wasn't doing anything for me versus just show and no go. However, there was recently, you know, I got some people on social media, keyboard warriors, saying that my car could never have shots in it, and that, you know, I have a safe tune and this and that. Well, my tuner, Mr. Williams, or big up to him too, shout out, he messaged me and he said he not taking that. Next time he see me, we put any shots in. When I was in the track event, I didn't even say anything. I just see him sit down, plug in the laptop, put in, and there we had it, shots. Simple like that. Hard cut, two-step, anything, right? So we could see for all the videos and all the exposure, the people that know this car, how air deafening those are. And guess what? It could go louder. But I just do that for entertainment, just to let them know it's not all what I think it is. So yeah, call outs. My dog Pole, last time you say I drive better when I run here. I think I could drive better this time to beat you. Little Lotto, dog, with the FO. You want to go to 9s? Well, I want to go to 10s with you. Trisha Hira, always, every time on the track, all I want to run, man. Always know the outcome. Like, do it again and again and again. Give me that experience and exposure, now, man. I for that. Well, first and foremost, God above, Father, give me the strength, knowledge every day to continue what I'm doing, to do what I love. My second in command, my wife, you know, her name is also on the car, because the patience and the commitment and time that she allowed me to go into, and also on her end, just holding down the family while I do what I have to do with this, you know, coming my shows, supporting me, all these sort of things, you know. And I know as we kind of hiding behind her back spending money that I'm not supposed to spend, but I hope she forgive me for that, you know. But her input really helped a lot to where I am today with the vehicle, and I hope that we could enjoy the success together. Also, the sponsors I have on board, I'd like to shout out them. As you all could see, I have Mileage Mark. They sponsor all my tires. I have Tone Automotive. They do the setup for the drag alignment. I would like to big up Poli Auto for his advice and also all the little help that he gives me so far with the vehicle. I would like to big up Boost Concept, Caleb. You know, he just come and he's give me a little hand in the garage and stuff, because he's an engine builder as well, performance aspect. Yeah, that's about it. Itch from Garage 25, yeah, as well for the advice and help he gave me thus far with the engine. I would say that ADT Sportline, Yaku, yeah, basically that's about it. Yeah, my brother Christian Budu saying he's been in the background, give him all support and all these sort of things too. That's about everybody I could talk about. Also, yeah, my pit crew and them who has come out and helped me on the day. You know, Bradley, C. Paul, you know, Bradley and his wife, everybody who's come out and give me that hand on the day when it's really crunch time. And also, yeah, Titasa for accommodating me as a driver, because at the end of the day, the drivers are the show. And so far, what they are doing with the drivers and the packages that they offer for a driver to compete is very cost effective. It's not about pocketing, because if you look at the numbers I'll have to do to go an event, is upwards of the 4,000 or 5,000, sometimes 6,000 to prep, gas, tires, all these sort of things, and wherever they could help, I see that they are helping by accommodating, you know, your pit crew, accommodating a pit vehicle, giving you a tent, and it's very cost effective, I find. So big up to them too as well for what they're doing. They have me engaged in the sport, and I will continue to be engaged because of these factors. That's about all. And my rap man, showing S&B graphics. Also, my next sticker person, that is Justin, GR Customs. They're always ready and willing to do anything that I need because certain details matter. Yeah, that's about it. So that's the main people. I hope I didn't forget anybody, but all the people who I hope I didn't forget, I would like to thank them as well for all the contribution that they've given to the vehicle and allowing me to do my dream and my sport. This for me is, I will never be this age again and I'll be able to afford a race car, so I'm doing this now. And for everybody who helping, you know, I know how grateful I am for everyone, and I hope you all understand how grateful I feel towards everyone. Yeah.